How's it going, everybody? My name is Alpine Hippie, and welcome to my show, Low in Coverage, High in Entertainment, the show where I bring you the world's most unique sports that you've probably never heard of. Now, on episode 3 of my long trek through the valleys of the internet to find the world's most wacky sports, I've stumbled upon the village of a sport named BO-TAOSHI. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited about this one. It's from Japan. I love Japan. It's where anime's from. But anime isn't the only form of exquisite entertainment that's come out of Japan, so we're going to dig a little deeper into this amazing sport. Now, botashi, which loosely translates to pole topping, is a sport that is played on sports days in Japan. Sports Day is a national holiday in Japan. It is held on the second day of October and commemorates the opening of the 1964 Olympics. It's a day that is dedicated to celebrating athletics and promoting health. I love this sport. It translates directly to pole fight. I mean, they don't really beat around the bush. They get right down to brass tacks. To start off with tools of play, it is played with a telephone-esque pole that is around 10 to 16 feet long. The players wear martial arts sparring style helmets while they play. The shirts that they wear could also be classified as a tool, given that the defenders wear white t-shirts and the people on offense wear the color of their team. Now, to get into the gameplay and rules, each team has 150 players. You heard me right. 150 players. That's too many players, man, I'm telling you. But they make it work, they really do. 75 of those players are dedicated to holding up and defending their pole with someone standing on top of it, and the other 75 members are dedicated to doing the exact opposite, absolutely destroying the other team and making sure that that pole goes below a 30-degree angle. Now, that 30-degree angle is important because if your pole goes below it, you lose the game. You're donezo. All that fighting and wrestling was for nothing. The players themselves are allowed to tackle, pull, push, shove, anything non-violent. You can't like punch, kick, scream, scratch, bite, You can't do anything like that, sadly. But it's pretty loose. You're allowed to do quite a few things to get this pole down. You can even create, walls of your own players to use as like a springboard to launch them up to the top and really yank this thing down. I mean, it gets pretty crazy. The acrobatics are pretty entertaining with this thing. So to give you a perspective of how these guys do their thing, it's split into defensive positions and offensive positions. In defense positions, they have rider on top, circle, pole support, and interference. And in the offensive positions, attackers, the scrum, and the chargers, all of which play an integral role to their team's success, as you will see in the footage. And speaking of footage, no need to make you wait any longer. Let's roll it up. Now, while these guys should be scared, it does not seem that they are, and they're going right in. Oh, man. Oh, they really don't pull their punches right out the gate. I don't know if you guys saw. Okay, one second. We gotta highlight this guy right here. Just right out the gate, over here. Right there. Oh! It's painful. But, I mean, like, hey, look at this guy. They just start piling on. They're just jumping one after the other. Look how many of them there are. It's like that scene from World War Z when they're going up the wall. Like, I can't even imagine being the guy up there. Like, look at him. He's just fighting for his life, kicking down at him. I mean, forget what they said about no striking. He's just kicking him down, and I don't blame him. Oh, man. Like, they're just ripping him. Look at the struggle. Like, oh my gosh. It's like in Lion King when he's like clawing his way up the wall. I mean, it's so good. Like, look, it's impressive. I mean, the fact that they're keeping this up still, the guys at the base, blows my mind because the enemy is completely at the top and they're just drilling this thing down. I'm blown away that this thing is still up. I mean, but like, look at how beat up these guys are getting. Like, they are just getting destroyed. Yeah, the flag's up. I think that's it. I think that's jury's out. Okay, now this guy, okay. Like, the rule says no striking. What is this? It kills me. I mean, I don't blame him. I really don't. Okay, this is a great stance. Great start. Just overwhelmed by the ocean of orange that's enveloping him. Like, look at the jumps. I love it. I love the jumps. Get in there. Come on, get him. It's just a matter of time, man. Come on. Just suplex him. Oh! Yes. I love this sport so much. Now, going into the history of this one, it gets a little bit dicey. There's not any, hard yes or no on where this came from. There's variations that could be picked up in like old art forms or in kind of recent texts that have been found going over different things that were played back in the day. But when it comes down to it, this was first picked up once, photos and videos could start surfacing of it being played. As it became known, it was played mostly by students in Kagoshima, Japan. And it's rumored that these guys could have actually brought it to naval academies, which is where it started like booming in popularity and became a competition sport for those guys. I looked around, there's not any like organized competitions as far as I could see. It seems to be one of those events that's just hosted on Sports Day, which obviously features a lot of sporting events, so whenever you see it, there's always large crowds, but there's not exactly leagues for this or any organized names in the competition that I could bring up or talk about. All in all, this is just a really fun festival event, and I think that's probably for the better. If this became something too organized, I imagine it would get too diluted with like rules and stuff, and frankly, I think that would ruin this kind of game. Now, to give this one a rating, I love this one. I mean, this one really does just combine many of the things I like, just defending your stand, organized violence. It just brings together a lot of lovely elements that just give me, a big smile on my face and makes me want to watch it again. So I'm going to actually give this one a solid 8.5. It made me happy. Like I said, I love Japan. And overall, I just had a lot of fun with this one. It was fun for me to commentate, fun for me to watch, and I would definitely see this one in person. So, with all that being said, thank you for coming to my video. I hope if you liked it, you'll like and subscribe. It really helps me get the motivation to keep making these videos, and signing off.